What's good, my fellow peasants? How you all doing? Are you doing good? Good. 14 days left to go. At the point I'm recording this, there's only 2 weeks left until 15 releases. I'm a shivering, shaking ball of anticipation, and it's not too late for more tinfoil hat goodness. So I'm sure you guys need some tiding over on this final countdown. You need something to pass your time, so here I am. Who is Noctis' mother? This is a very long overdue conversation, and there's been so many theories, there's been so much speculation. This video, I will admit, is also speculation. It's something that Tabata has been asked about. He hasn't really ever given us much of a response. The fans have wanted to know for a long time, and I've been asked to do this theory video. So, starting back when Noctis was a boy. He was a lonely child, and it was even said in his character description that he understood from a young age that sacrifices needed to be made, aka he couldn't always have his father's attention. His father was off protecting the kingdom, and it was even said at one point that Noctis, all he wanted was a football. He wanted a football for a long time, and when Regis got him one, he was really happy. But it wasn't the football, it was when his father played with him. So he's been a lonely child, and he hasn't had a mother pretty much as far as he can remember. And this kind of got confirmed by Square Enix themselves. This is about the biggest information we have ever had. They have kept Noctis' mother so elusive, but they did say that Noctis' mother died when he was an infant. Now, despite all of that, despite them really not talking about it, I do believe that Noctis' mother is a wild card that they will play. I don't think it's going to be like Cloud Strife's father. I mean, goddamn, we never heard a scrap about that dude. Not an ounce, not a whiff, not a scent of who his father was. And I've always speculated Cloud's father must be someone quite spectacular or out of the ordinary, because even before Cloud got Maker Enhanced, he was doing he was pulling off some crazy feats of strength. He managed to pick up Sephiroth. There was something there, but we never heard, and it's really possible that Square Enix do the same with Noctis' mother. They never talk about her. Yeah, she died, she's not important in this story, but there's a side to me that thinks that's not the case. And by the way, did they need to put an S on the end of that? I don't think you need to, Square Enix. I think you could just put the fuck it, moving on. So I'm going to tidy up the first bit of speculation, and that is that this is Noctis' mother. So this is still a misconception that people think about today. I see it in my comment section all the time. This wasn't Noctis' mother, people. This was just a wet nurse who got killed by the Marilith. I mean, this even confirms it, just the way she addresses him. I mean, Prince Noctis. But it was definitely confirmed in the subtitles of, I think it was Brotherhood episode 5. Yes, it was 5. It was confirmed at the end that the voice actress for that was described as a wet nurse. So that is not Noctis' mother. Now, addressing the big one, the really big one. I've seen people post me this theory a million times, ask me to address it. People have said, Peasant, I've got this theory that Noctis' mother is Gentiana. Now, I agree that there are some very scary links to Noctis and the Lucis household. I've done those videos about the armature weapon, about her outfit, about how she could be a former Lucis guard, she could be an oracle. There's even a point I want to cover on that in a bit, even further, but I think it was this cutscene that sort of made people come out with that the most. This is when I got bombarded with Gentiana is Noctis' mother theories. Yes, I agree. She was looking down at him fondly. That's what people were saying. She sort of had a motherly look in her eyes. But I really don't think we can read too much into that. My good old peasant. She could be looking down at him fondly just because he's a child, just because she knows what his fate is. That could just be her expression. I've always thought that she was looking down fondly because she was looking at this book fondly. And when she was saying how the king and the oracle should always be together, she was thinking of, she was recollecting. That's kind of what I thought. And of course we had Gentiana here in this shot. We had Gentiana here in this shot. And I've said that I think she could be the oracle in this picture. I'm going to address this again. So she could be the oracle. And this really does link to whether this could be Noctis' mother. She could be the oracle. And I've said how that really could tie up with, whether she's Leviathan or Shiva or an astral at all. How if she is, she could be Shiva, and if Shivas are oracles, that makes sense because we've seen multiple Shivas, and the reason that connects is also because Luna's mother was fireproof and she had an ice crown. No, that's a very scary unanswered plot point that still needs to be answered. How the Shivas had Luna Freya's hair, how in Norse mythology the elves, they are connected. The elves, fairies in the woods, they are affiliated with mist. They have horns, they look like fairies, they have wings. These are elves, and also how they live in the forest. And of course, all of the Luna Freyas, the Florets, sorry, they live in Tenebrae. So there was that link here. It was just all connecting. That it's very possible that Gentiana could be the Queen Shiva. But I'm going to go at this again. So really, when I go back to this book, I said at first that this was Gentiana. And a lot of people said, well, it can't be. That's the king. The king and the oracle should always be together. Well, I mean, how does that work exactly? When we know that there have been queens. We know there have been queens. I know in my last video I said that there have been female kings of Lucis. I know, I get it. That's called a queen. I do. As a Brit, I should know that, but I weren't thinking at the time. So really, if you go back 500 years to a time where hair straighteners weren't a thing, and the fact that we now know that there have been queens of Lucis, guys, let's revisit that this very effeminate looking king with straight black hair, that if you didn't have hair straighteners, could be Gentiana. Seriously, guys. I mean, it even makes sense as to why, if that trident belongs to that king, which it must do. Again, we've had it confirmed as an armature weapon. We've seen that Gentiana, she's held this weapon. She has been in possession of it. She could actually be a former queen, god damn it, see, I'm falling into the same trap. She could be the king on this book. She could be one or the other, but and I've said how the gods and goddesses are another really key plot point. If she is immortal, and this is the thing, I think she is immortal, and this is what kind of makes it not likely that she's Noctis' mother. For a start, if she's not immortal, she's not old enough yet. I kind of think they said that she's 24, so she's definitely not old enough. I mean, she could have been 16 when she had him, I guess. I mean, that'd be a bit creepy, but I mean, it's possible. But I think she is an immortal. I think she's very, very old. I think that's kind of confirmed it. And the thing is, Corleones is the same. Corleones is the parallel. He doesn't seem to have aged a day. They are counterparts. Gentiana, she guides the oracles, and Corleones, he guides the kings. And I mean, this is a relationship that I see just being parallels. I mean, it's even possible, like I said, that this could be Corleones and Gentiana. I know that sounds crazy. These are the ships that I've predicted in this game. I know Arden and Leviathan. I'm still thinking that Arden's Bahamut. I think that there's something going on there. But the relationship of king and oracle, and that they always need to be together. Drugged Lolly Luna even said it. This is something that confuses me greatly. This is a very weird point. Now, I need to cover this. So we know that Noctis and Luna, they are a meeting predestined by the divine. And I want to talk about the divine, because whoever Gentiana is, whoever Corleones is, I think that somehow the gods and goddesses of Eos are involved. Now, we've only ever seen the goddess of Eos. We know that there's gods, plural. There isn't just Eos. And I've said that Eos, in Greek mythology, she kidnaps 4 good-looking men. While we're on the discussion of that, I've connected Endymion to Noctis. I've connected Selene to Luna. I even did Iris to the rainbow goddess. Loads of them. One of the ones I just want to quickly revisit again is Urania Highwind. I said how her name means spider. Look at the red gloves on this spider. The black armor, the red gloves, black armor, red gloves. There is even, this got confirmed to me, there is actually a Greek goddess called Arachne. And she's often depicted with blondish hair, and she gets turned into a spider by Athena. Because she displeases the gods. Could Urania get on the wrong side of the gods and goddesses? I don't know. The gods and goddesses are a point, and I mean, it's even possible that they're the ones who sent Gentiana. I mean, it's not even out the realms of possibility that Gentiana and Corleones are sent to guide them. I think it's a bit more than that. I think they're not just sent. I do think that they are related. I think that Gentiana could possibly be one of Lunafreya's ancestors. I've speculated that in the past, and how Corleonis could actually be a great grandfather. I mean, he really could, because remember guys, Tabitha, he said in this German interview that 2 of our brotherhoods, they were more than just friends. More than just friends. If that is the case, I mean, this all does link up. We got to go back to this book. The reason why I don't think that Gentiana could be Noctis' mother, simply beyond the age, of course she would also have to have got with Regis, is because the king and the oracle should always be together. But this is a weird concept, and one that I've tried searching for answers on, and I really can't find them. What do they mean when they say they should always be together? This could be Gentiana, and this could be a female friend relationship. I mean, even if this is male and this is female, do they always have to be romantically involved? What does this mean? And my speculation is this, guys, that the king and the oracle should always be together. But it hasn't happened in 14 generations. Of course, there are 13 Knights of the Round. So in 14 generations, it hasn't happened. And it kind of goes with this. The oracle seems to be stood at the back. It's like she doesn't agree with this transaction that's going on. And I think this is where the relationship fractured. And the reason it can't be romantic is because, this is the weird thing, it would be incest. This is the strange thing. I know this is weird and Square Enix would never do it, but if the king and the oracle should always be together, it can't be romantic, because we know that the king gets passed down from father to son, of course, with Regis and Noctis, and we know that the power of oracle gets passed down through the bloodline. So it was being said by quite a few people that could Noctis and Luna be very distantly related? Could these 2 households have once been connected? And of course, if they did separate here, I mean, if they never had kids, perhaps that never happened. It's weird. But the words incest have been getting passed around a lot, and I don't for 1 second believe that Square Enix would go down this route. But the weird thing is, guys, when I did all of my Greek mythology videos, one of the scarily big connections I found was to Hyperion, and when I'm looking through Hyperion, I just happened to read a section that Hyperion actually got and had children with his sisters. I'm just throwing that out there, guys. That is some weird, freaky shit. That I happen to find all these links to Hyperion. There seems to be this overhanging question of, how is it possible that the king and oracle should always be together? Because if they both pass their powers down through the bloodline, then that means that at some point they had to be related. And then this whole getting with his sisters things just comes out of the woodwork. But it's too weird. Square Enix not for a second would broach that. But if anyone's got any ideas, I mean, it could be at this point that the oracle never had power and the king never had power. In fact, that's likely. I mean, this is actually a good point, guys. They probably never had power. I mean, before they accepted this crystal, they were probably just normal mortals. I mean, the oracle probably never had power, and neither did the king. So it's likely when they accepted this pact that the oracle got the power of an oracle, the king got powers. This is when they separated. They never had kids. The oracle went on to create their own line, and the king went on to create their own line. And it's only now that the prophecy is being fulfilled that the king and the oracle should always be together and are getting back together through Noctis and Luna. God bless them. Such a sweet couple. Except for in this picture. This is horrific. We'll go to this one. Now, we know that a lot of people are orchestrating this union. Arden is one of them. Corleonis seems to even be involved. Gentiana even seems to be involved. There seems to be a lot of figures in play in making this couple happen. And that's my theory, guys. If the king and the oracle should always be together, if they are, as it said back in verses 13, a meeting predestined by the divine, again, these mysterious wild cards, gods and goddesses, we know really not much about them or what other ones there are. If they are the ones orchestrating this, is that not the explanation right there as to who Noctis' mother is? Is it not a coincidence that Noctis' mother died when he was just an infant? And at the same time, Lunafreya has never had a father. Well, Lunafrere's mother as an oracle should be with the king, and Noctis's father as the king should be with an oracle. Well, is that the link right there? Is that even why they died? Should the king and oracle always be together, and anything else is actually a cursed union? Because Regis didn't get with an oracle, and because Silver didn't get with a king, Silver being the name of Lunafrere's mother, that is what doomed their partner. That is the reason Noctis doesn't have a mother, she died, and that's why Lunafrere seemingly doesn't have a father either. Think about it, that makes a whole load of sense if we have this in a very special relationship predestined by the divine where there's gods and powerful figures involved in making it happen. Think about where that places the partner if that relationship doesn't happen. It really puts them in the firing line, and that is my theory, guys, as to why Noctis' mother died. I do think she is dead now. Like I said, going back to the beginning, do I think we haven't heard much first because she's not going to be important in this story at all, kind of like Cloud Strife's father. No, he really wasn't ever. I kind of have a itchy feeling that might not be the case. I think that a moment of realization for Noctis about the fate of his family, the weight on his shoulders, and the fate of his and Luna's union, I think that it will come through Noctis' mother. I think that will be a moment, quite a profound moment in the game, and I think it will come, if I'm right about my Chaos Theory videos, guys. This is the thing, my Chaos Theory videos really do open up the possibility for almost any character to come back for interaction. So if there is a Chaos Realm, if Noctis can see into it, again that could even tie to the Light of the Waning Souls or Expiring Souls, I can't remember which it was, a power that he and Stella had back in Versus 13. Of course, he had to come close to a near-death experience to get that power. But if any of that is right, if there is a Chaos Realm, again, Omen trailer, it was showing that it could be likely that there is some sort of Chaos Realm going on. I think the boat that Umbra led Noctis through in the Omen trailer, that represented Charon's ferry. Charon being the ferryman who ferries the souls of the dead to the underworld in none other than Greek mythology, something that is so profoundly being used in this game. The other part in the Omen trailer that symbolized it could even be the dog, what Umbra turned into. That really does seem like Anubis, which is one of the Egyptian gods of death or symbols of death. So I really think that's what the Omen trailer was telling us. The underworld, the souls of the dead, chaos, it's all there. That is where I think Noctis will encounter his mother. I think that is the wild card that Square Enix will play. And just going beyond that, I mean, that'd be really dope if we do see Noctis' mother, but think about the other characters. We know that Nyx is going to appear in this game. Said we're going to feel his presence. Well, perhaps it's through this whole chaos that we think. Remember, Nyx is born of chaos. Even there could be a really profound moment. My theory that Gladiolus will go to hell to bring back his brother Baldur, aka Corleonus. If that does happen, think about it. That could even be a profound moment if Gladiolus really does go there. There could be a father and son moment where Gladiolus comes across Clarus, and that could be that would be a heavy moment, guys. That really would. So that's my guess, guys. That's what I think's going on. I do think Noctis' mother is dead. I don't think we've seen her, or she is still alive, but I do think she's a wildcard to be played. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Until the next video, my darling peasants, Kubo!